Hello, my name is Dr. Nina Ha, and I currently serve as the Director for the Asian Cultural Engagement Center. One of my main roles is to act as a liaison connecting undergraduate and graduate students, faculty, staff, and alumni within the Asian Pacific Islander Desi American community, otherwise known as APIDA. For those unfamiliar with the term, Desi is used to identify South Asian Americans and South Asians living in the diaspora. The Asian Cultural Engagement Center, otherwise known as the ACE Center, is the most recent addition to the Cultural and Community Centers, or the CCCs, at Virginia Tech. The center is located in room 140 of the Squire Student Center, across from the Black Cultural Center, the oldest of the CCCs. The physical space of the ACE Center houses desks and chairs for studying, a lending library featuring books by and about the APIDA community, a tea and microwave station, and other amenities so that everyone can gather to create and form community and find a place to call home. Although the ACE Center does not have its own mission statement as of yet, one of its goals is to promote not only caring for the community, but also for the self. Thus, our current adopted motto is we need to care for ourselves before we can care for our community. In order to promote this theme, we implemented monthly guided meditations, which we started this summer, that anyone in the community can join virtually. More importantly, we plan to continue with these virtual guided meditations into the new academic year. While APIDAs are not considered underrepresented at Virginia Tech because it has a higher population than the national average in the U.S., it is still a minority population, and more importantly, it is underserved, especially in terms of accessing resources such as mental health, academic assistance, financial aid, and other opportunities at Virginia Tech. In this picture, a presentation on the U.S. Census was hosted at the ACE Center this past academic year, underscoring the significance of how the APIDA community will be affected by this demographic count. For example, the APIDA population in Virginia is growing rapidly, and this demographic shift will impact Virginia's educational, political, and economic landscape. Given the APIDA's minoritized status at Virginia Tech, it is a priority of the ACE Center to advocate for the APIDA community, whether they are students, faculty, staff, and even alumni, who need help and may not always seek it because they don't know where to go or because others do not feel that they need assistance. Similar to serving students who may need assistance, whether they are undergraduates or graduate students, the ACE Center works with many faculty of APIDA descent as well. Virginia Tech has an Asian Pacific Islander Desi American caucus consisting of APIDA faculty, staff, graduate students, and their allies who address the needs and concerns of this particular community. Thus, the ACE Center's director serves as a liaison between this caucus and the Office for Inclusion and Diversity, not to mention works as an advocate within the larger campus community. Part of the ACE Center is to raise awareness about the issues that go on in the APIDA community. APIDAs are heterogeneous, but are oftentimes grouped together as if they are a monolith. As mentioned previously, APIDAs are the largest minority group at Virginia Tech. However, their voices have yet to be reflected in various areas of Virginia Tech's campus. One of the biggest challenges is to dispel the notion that all people of Asian descent are only international or foreign. There are over 4,000 APIDA students who face very different struggles than their peers who are international. As the director of the ACE Center, I am also the official advisor to the Asian American Student Union, or AASU, a university-chartered student organization, and the unofficial advisor to many of AASU's constituent student organizations. Advising is also not only done formally, but also informally, particularly with the programming assistants who are student workers at the ACE Center and with other students who drop by the ACE Center daily. Another role of the ACE Center director is to provide opportunities for students to meet faculty and staff of APIDA descent. In so doing, a learning lunch series was initiated that introduces students to faculty and staff who work at Virginia Tech as a way to connect students, faculty, and staff with one another. This past school year, we held 5 learning lunches in the ACE Center, featuring faculty in various departments from English to sociology to engineering. We have asked students to fill out surveys at the end of each learning lunch event, and students have expressed that they enjoyed hearing the faculty members' personal and professional experiences and being able to ask for advice. As the fall semester is right around the corner, we will be resuming the Learning Lunch series virtually or in hybrid form, starting with Dr. Silas Casanelli from the Department of English on September 17th. Due to the current circumstances and everything moving into the virtual environment, we started a spin-off series towards the end of the spring semester called Virtual Cafe Hour, in which student organizations or campus partners like Holkey Wellness were featured. We will continue this virtual programming into the next academic year for all members of the community to learn about other areas of campus life. This would include collaborating with student affairs, academic departments, as well as entities such as the Virginia Tech's Women's Center or VT Engage. The ACE Center also has a Faculty Fellow program in which a faculty member from Virginia Tech works closely with the director to plan programs, events, and activities that are mutually beneficial to the ACE Center and to the Faculty Fellow. In 2019 to 2020, Dr. Jennifer Sano-Franchini, an associate professor from the Department of English, became its first faculty fellow and took leadership in providing research opportunities for students interested in conducting oral histories and archival research about APIDA members at Virginia Tech. The ACE Center's incoming 2020-2021 faculty fellow will be Dr. Vincent Wang, who is an associate professor in biomedical engineering and mechanics. Dr. Wang will be spearheading a pilot program on mentoring APIDA graduate students in the engineering school. While the faculty fellow will change each academic year, it is important to underscore this relationship between the faculty fellow with the members of the ACE Center. APIDA students, faculty, and staff have all expressed their concerns about being overlooked, invisible, and marginalized at Virginia Tech. Given their feelings of invisibility at a predominantly white institution, it is the responsibility of the ACE Center to bring awareness to the experiences of APIDAs through various types of programming. The ACE Center's role is to highlight contributions of APIDAs in mass media and even on Virginia Tech's campus. One way to do this is by featuring AASU's workshop series on Asian popular culture. Themes may include Korean pop music, Asian dramas, movies and television shows, literature, food, and so forth. These types of programs reflect how and why APIDAs are integral to U.S. mainstream and Virginia Tech's campus cultures. Other gaps that the ACE Center would like to address include underscoring the experiences of APIDAs who are mixed race. Another vital issue within the APIDA community is anti-Blackness. It is the ACE Center's goal to challenge our own communities and reach out to others as well. One area of the ACE Center that is constantly evolving is community building, not only within various APIDA communities, but also among students, faculty, and staff of other groups. In order to foster these connections, the ACE Center started a Mask On, Mask Off series in which participants were provided with Korean spa masks, as you can see in this picture. At this event, participants were encouraged to consider self-care. Afterwards, they were asked to participate in difficult discussions. The first of the series was about APIDAs in the U.S. Census. Other themes included the Hong Kong protests, as well as APIDAs and rape culture. For the upcoming school year, we have several topics of discussion planned, including the imposter syndrome, sexual violence or harassment within the Christian cultural context, and APIDAs and suicide. Although we have held these events in person in the past, going forward into the new school year, we will be utilizing virtual technology for students, faculty, staff, and even alumni to be able to participate remotely. Community building also includes collaborating with other organizations such as the Jewish Student Union and Hillel, learning about the cultural connections between and among different identity-based communities. For example, in this picture, members of the Jewish community offered to teach students from both JSU and AASU to play mahjong. These events will continue throughout the upcoming academic year. The goal of this type of programming is to create communities around topics that not only matter to the APIDA community, but also to others. I have been working with students from the Asian American Student Union and the Jewish Student Union to continue past events such as Jewish Shabbat and Passover, as well as plan for new ones, such as movie night about an Asian restaurant in Israel and a Mid-Autumn Festival and Harvest Festival discussion-type event. Another program that the ACE Center is looking forward to implementing is to ask alumni to share their experiences about when they attended Virginia Tech, their experiences in the workplace, or whatever stories that they would like to impart. Building and creating an infrastructure for an alumni network from existing ties within our community is an important goal of the ACE Center. In fact, we will be establishing an APIDA alumni organization by the end of the 2020 year. I am also working on collaborations with non-Virginia Tech personnel for the upcoming school year, such as virtually hosting Dr. Judy Wu from the University of California, Irvine, to discuss her upcoming book about former Congresswoman Patsy Mink. Dr. Wu's talk will also address APIDAs and the 2020 U.S. elections. Additionally, I have invited poet and activist Ms. Stacey Ann Chin to bring awareness to her variegated experiences of being a queer, single mother whose ethnic or racial heritage is mixed-race, Black, Jamaican, Chinese, and an immigrant to the U.S. As previously mentioned, people of APIDA descent face many challenges. One obstacle is the model minority myth that proliferates not only at home but also in education and the workforce. Many APIDAs, whether they are students, faculty, staff, or alumni, feel that they need to work hard, not complain, and be successful. In so doing, parents, peers, teachers, and perhaps even employers feel as if these APIDAs do not need help, guidance, assistance, or mentoring. Many APIDA students in particular work hard, which at times can be a detriment to their mental, physical, emotional, and even academic well-being. Some feel that seeking support is a sign of failure or weakness. If they do seek assistance, those who should support these students may not be equipped to help APIDA students because of barriers such as cultural, sometimes linguistic, and other misconceptions of APIDA students. Identifying APIDA students who are struggling is difficult, and encouraging them to access support can also be an issue. Parental support or familial assistance for APIDA students is not guaranteed because most are just expected to do well. Additionally, some APIDA students face similar issues like their underrepresented and or majority peers, such as food insecurity, racism, sexism, stereotypes, and so on. While the ACE Center will continue to plan activities, events, and programs throughout the academic year, it will pay special attention to the APIDA Heritage Month, which takes place every April. An aspiration of the ACE Center is to collaborate holistically with academic departments and colleges so that the students' curriculum reflects the lives and experiences of the APIDA community. The ACE Center encourages the sharing of intellectual and cultural work that APIDA students, faculty, and staff do, not only at Virginia Tech, but also nationally and internationally. Finally, the ACE Center aims to continue archiving resources on its Omeka timeline, Facebook posts, and through the Newman Library's special collections, so that the APIDA community's contributions to Virginia Tech and the greater Commonwealth of Virginia are publicly acknowledged and established.